Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our news for today. A number of citizens were injured this afternoon in the explosion of a roadside bomb planted by a terrorist group in al-Zablatani in Damascus. An army unit was able to capture terrorist Muhammad Yassin al-Rifai, the most dangerous leader of an armed group, and several members of his group in Deir al-Safir village in the eastern Ghouta in Damascus suburbs. Another army unit eliminated an armed terrorist group and confiscated their weapons in War Zakiya near Al-Kiswa. Among the terrorists identified were Abdurrahman Musa, Muhammad Baydoun, Ahmad Musa, and Bilal Khadir. Our armed forces have continued to chase fleeing terrorists in Aleppo and its suburbs. They destroyed 4 vehicles equipped with DSHK machine guns and killed the terrorists inside them on Tal Rafat Sheikh Isa Road in Aleppo suburbs. The army also destroyed a field hospital, 3 DSHK cars, 3 anti-aircraft cars, 6 cars used by terrorists to transport weapons and ammunition, as well as a terrorist headquarters near Dar Shifa and Ash'ar hospitals in Aleppo. During their operations in Homs and the suburbs to clear Homs of the armed terrorist groups who wreaked havoc in the city, our armed forces seized Israeli-made weapons and killed a number of mercenary terrorists of Afghani and Chechen nationalities in al-Zira village, al-Qusayr suburbs. The weapons seized included RPG shells, 2 rifles, 2 Israeli-made machine guns, 16 sniping guns, and several explosive devices weighing between 30 and 50 kilograms. They also killed a number of terrorists who tried to infiltrate from Lebanese territories into Syria at Khirbet al-Namat site in al-Qusayr suburbs. In Idlib, an army unit foiled an attempt by armed terrorist group to infiltrate from Turkish territories into Syria. At Tal Adhab site on the outskirts of Al-Janudiyya village in Jisr Shur suburbs, our armed forces clashed with the terrorist group, killing a large number of them and confiscating their weapons. Some of the terrorists fled into Turkish territories. The authorities also destroyed a number of vehicles equipped with machine guns and killed dozens of terrorists in Ma'arrat al-Nu'man. Army engineering units today dismantled 8 explosive devices planted by armed terrorist groups at Ad-Dara al-Kabira crosspoint on Hama Homs Road. The explosive devices were planted under a bridge in the area, each weighing between 80 and 100 kilograms. Speaker of the Iranian Shura Council, Ali Larijani, announced sorry for this, and we continue the following item: activities of the political forum organized by the coalition parties of the National Progressive Front and National Progressive Powers under the title Political Dialogue and National Reconciliation Path to Restore Stability and Security continued its meetings at Dama Rose Hotel in Damascus. The participants discussed issues related to the political dialogue, the army combating terrorism, in addition to national reconciliation. The interventions also discussed economic and social issues and ways of supporting national economy. Speaker of the Iranian Shura Council, Ali Larijani, announced that Iran is ready to work for restoring calm and easing strain in the Syrian-Turkish relations. Larijani underlined the importance for removing strains in the relation between Turkey and Syria immediately, saying escalating disorder in the region harms the interests and the principle of unity among the Islamic states. In a relevant context, Larijani called on Turkey to accept more human efforts to release the Iranian visitors who were abducted by armed terrorist groups in Syria. Iraqi Prime Minister Noor al-Maliki said that the terrorism which hits Syria today is ignited by al-Qaeda elements. He affirmed that Iraq stands against the logic of overthrowing regimes by force. He pointed out that only dialogue among all Syrian sides can solve the crisis, adding that the side which rejects dialogue should be obliged to go to the negotiating table. In occupied Palestine, settlers continued their barbaric and hostile practices against the Palestinian people, targeting their homes. In the occupied West Bank, settlers uprooted 80 olive trees in the village of Karyot, south of Nablus, before the start of the harvesting season. The barbaric practices by the settlers against the Palestinian farmers increased this season, as 10 million olive trees are to be harvested by Palestinians in both the West Bank and Gaza Strip. An Iraqi officer and a soldier were killed, while 2 other soldiers were wounded in a terrorist bombing west of the capital, Baghdad, as a brigadier and the Ministry of Interior survived an assassination attempt while his driver was killed east of Baghdad. Iraqi police said that 2 roadside bombs exploded sequentially, targeting the Iraqi army patrol as it passed in the area of Zaydan, northwest of Abu Ghraib. The blast killed a captain and a soldier and left 2 other soldiers injured. The source added that police carried out a raid today and arrested 7 people who are suspected of being involved in the incident. With this, we end our news bulletin for today. For more information about Syria and the region, you can visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Up next, the latest business, our market news with Vani, after the break.